the risk increase. As you know, in the last 1.5 years, we have had 10 times of interest rate hike, the first time in history. And so with that, the most conservative estimation will go out of the door if you have to deal with interest rate that fluctuate that much. Well, the risk-adjusted return will mean literally how you modify your return to adapt to the risk environment surrounding the properties, right? So in my mind, that is incorporating the risk related to the fluctuation in the market, the inflation, the risk increase. As you know, in the last 1.5 years, we have had 10 times of interest rate hike, the first time in history, right? And so with that, the most conservative estimation will go out of the door if you have to deal with interest rate that fluctuate that much. So right now we see debt distress in the multifamily world and other type of property as well because of that. We also, because of the inflation, we also saw high insurance bill, right? Insurance bill can come, double compared to what you have before. And starting from January of this year, it is insurance across the country have increased. So all of that are the risks that we have to adjust for the underwriting right now, which is a year ago, those issues don't even exist. Yeah. So in my mind, that is what that means. Yeah.
Why did you get started on the GP side? So you were investing as an LP. You're like, this is pretty cool. I don't have to deal with tenants myself. That's pretty neat. Why did you decide to become a little more active? And then, so why? But then, how did you do it? What did you decide? What did you decide to do? How did you become active?
Yes, sir. So basically, investing as an LP is basically just a stepping stone for me to build a biography, to do deals as a general partner, because as you know, you will have to have massive capital to invest to earn the return from there significantly, right? So if you just put in 100,000 here, 100,000 there, it doesn't go really far. So my goal has always been to become a general partner. So investing in LP is a way for me to explore, to see how all the team build their project, how they put the team together, how they get the investor. So that is learning for me, so that I can emulate our deal toward that standard, if this is a good one. And then also through reading through the PPM, private placement memorandum, and the subscription and all of that, of a deal that I participate in at an LP, that give me the background to prepare to become the GP. And then when I become the GP, I did three things, which I think is normal for a general partner. The first one is to understand the underwriting process cold, right? So I have done more than 350 underwriting using your template, and sometimes other version of template that I saw out there as well. Get the underwriting down cold. Understand how to communicate with brokers, negotiate well, understand the risk, and then get a deal under contract. And then at that point, build enough, reach out and find people to do partnership with. So your goal of helping the professional to go away from to build well beyond the corporate job is something that resonates with me. So I am also partnering with people with the same background. All of my partners are typically corporate employee, or some are entrepreneurs, and that's how we have the same common background. Yeah.
So you talked about partnering a lot. So as you became as a GP, what was your role in the GP? What did you do? Like, what was your primary role?
Yes, I have performed all of the tasks in the partnership except for being the KP, key partner who signed up on the loan, because I don't have a big network yet to sign up on the loan, but I've done everything else: sourcing the deal, putting down money for risk capital, all of the tasks in your tax return, in your Michael Blank template, capital raising, asset management. The only task that I have not been able to do so far is to sign up on the loan. Yeah.
Well, that will surely come. How did you overcome the KP? So you don't say you don't have the net worth. Well, how did you solve that problem?
Oh, we partner with people who do. So we partner with a few friends and acquaintances who have large net worth and experience. Some of them have done a lot of investing over 20 years. They just did it as a JV, for example. They have never done a syndication. So they have the background. They have signed up on loan with Fannie, Freddie, some even with HUD loan. but they have not done it as a syndication. So now they partner with us, and so that we can do it together. So we have some partner with small networks, some partner with really big networks, and we, join force to do it together.
All right.
Multifamily is a team sport. Yeah.
So you've been the lead GP then with some partners.
No, I have not. I was always co-GP, not lead GP.
Okay. So, but were you calling brokers and finding deals and making offers? Okay, that's so
Yeah,
you did do that. Okay. So
I did know that.
the one thing I hear a lot is, brokers aren't going to take me seriously for a variety of different reasons. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too that. How did you? Was that an issue for you? Being taken seriously, that fear, and if so, how did you overcome that?
You have excellent question. When I first started out, I was concerned because I didn't have background in commercial real estate. However, because I'm a CPA and I was in junior executive level in corporate America, my communication with brokers have been very smooth, easy. I did a lot of research and I prepare myself in advance. I prepared 25 questions to ask brokers. I practice, by myself, listen to other people, before I started out. So when I start out, I use some of the very good term to ask. Actually, some of the term I learned from you. Like you said, I remember the first video that I learned from you. You were proposing a question like, what is this property trade at? Right? Would thou be in the business, you would not know that kind of term, the vernacular, right, to use. So I actually do a lot of research, watch a lot of YouTube, watch everything in your website before I start talking. When I talk, I build good rapport with brokers. For all the people who may not have the finance or accounting background or corporate background, my suggestion to them is just to do a lot of homework, practice. If they are in a mastermind, then follow the coach instruction. And then the more you do it, the better you will become. And practice with some small deal first. Practice with the deal that you don't plan to buy. Then you can make a lot of mistakes and not worry about having a bad image with the broker. Yeah.
That's great advice. And what I'm hearing you say is, prepare, right? Prepare, practice. And then sometimes practice with brokers or deals or areas where you're not going to buy. We call it the throwaway market, where you're basically calling on brokers in a market you're not going to buy in. And I love that. And it sounds to me that you overcame some of your limiting beliefs or some of your disbeliefs simply by practicing and simply by doing. Is that a good summary?
Yes. Yeah. So with more knowledge and practice, you become more confident. And with that confidence, you can go from small property to big property. Practice first and then get all of the question out. And then you can see that your question to the broker will be different, very different from one to another. Yeah, the way to ask questions. I used to be an auditor with PricewaterhouseCoopers. So talking to people is not an issue. I can find out a lot from the question the answer that was given to me. So personally, I don't see a problem, but I can understand that this can be a difficult challenge for a lot of people.
Now, what about raising capital? Were you involved in raising capital at all, or did another partner do that?
Yes, I raise capital as well. I usually raise a minimum of $500,000 for each of the deal that we've done.
Mm-hmm. That's outstanding. Well, same thing. I mean, talk to us about, when you first started doing this. A lot of people are hung up on asking people for money, even friends and family. In fact, they say, I don't even want to ask friends and family. I don't want to beg them for money, or I've never done this, or I don't think I can ever do that. What did you go through when you started raising money? What was your mind like at the time?
Yeah, initially, I'll be honest, it was difficult because people didn't know me as the multifamily person. They know me as a CPA auditor, right? So when I explain to people about the deal, I typically do the homework to make sure that I feel comfortable about the deal. I know the deal is good because you have to know that first. If I don't think that the deal is good, I cannot push it to anyone. Second, I train myself to go away from the mindset that you go ask people to do you a favor. You actually do them a favor because it's not difficult. It's not easy for them to go find this type of return. If they put money in the bank or in stock, right? You have seen that the stock crashed from March of 22 to now. I know a lot of friends who have their 401k cut by 1/3, right? So when I explain about the deal, I always show them my underwriting. I show them my assumption. I told them that every investment carry risk, right? So we will never have something that is guaranteed, but we have done our due diligence so that, the performance will be at least similar to what we told you. And this is a different type, a new type of investment. You don't have to be convinced by us. You can do your own research, figure out yourself, and we try to provide data to explain to the investor. For example, this is your typical return from stock and bond. This is how the market perform. This is how the deals perform, and things like that. When you first started out, people always ask you what was your portfolio, right? So it was very difficult for someone new. So the best way is to partner with people who have done this, and then learn from them, and then later on you build your confidence from there. Yeah.
Is that what you did? Did you partner with others who had more of a track record? Was that the lead GP?
Yes, our lead GP, the one who signed off on the loan, one have 30 years of experience, one have 25, one have 20 years. So with that, you learn a lot from just collaborating with them. Yeah.
Now, why would they bring someone like yourself on, right? How did you get them or convince them that partnering with you is a good idea?
Okay, great. Thank you. I share this, and I hope that this benefits new people too. Always think of yourself as someone who has some skill set, right? Because to be a successful GP, you got 5 or 6 tasks that you perform, right? So if you have the finance skill, accounting skill, you do the underwriting, you walk the property, you talk with the brokers, you negotiate, right? If you are the one who don't have that skill yet, but you have some money available, you can participate and help the team put down the deposit, right? Because that is also another task that you have to perform. If you can raise capital, that's another skill. And if you live nearby the property, you can also help with asset management. As a finance person, for me, budget, finance, operation come easy. So those are the areas that I can contribute to the team. I would know very little about renovation, for example. So that will be my weakness. Then I partner with people who have operation skill or renovation skill, and then you learn on the job. You learn on the job.